Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and this is just a little reaction video off the script type video that I'm making here about Spider-Man Miles Morales. You've got the gameplay in the background as you do see on the screen right now, but this is just my initial reaction and thoughts to the game. I just finished the game and I just watched the post-credit scenes and I just watched the credits. So if you have not finished the game yet, this is not a review. This will not have any type of rating attached to it. This is just going to be my raw initial thoughts on the game, and if you have played it, then stick around and I'm interested to hear what you guys think in response as well. So yeah, spoiler warning if you couldn't tell. Click off the video if you have not completed the game yet or are planning on getting the game and playing through it. First of all, that game was really short, and especially compared to PS4, I was expecting it to go on for a lot longer. Now, the game felt like it just all of a sudden cut off. It felt like the final mission came out of nowhere, and that is really weird, considering when you play a game, you normally can tell when you're reaching towards the end because things will start kicking off. Well, the entire game to me felt like it was really fast. Even though the start was quite slow, after the start, you were really just thrown into it, which was really good, but then it just kind of cut off at the end. And I remember playing the game, it told me that this was my last chance to upgrade my suits and my gadgets before the end of the game. And I was like, wait, the end of the game? What are you talking about? Like, I've been playing this for a very long time, so yeah, it was a very short game, but that is to be expected, as this is about half the time length of Spider-Man PS4, and when obviously the official sequel comes out, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, that will be around probably the same time, if not longer, than the first game. So this was expected. I got over it quite quickly. I was really confused at first, and I just kind of felt a little bit rushed, but it was okay. But that final battle was really awesome, and it made up for it a whole lot. And I love the Prowler stuff. I love how they didn't use him as the main villain straight away. I can tell they're probably building something up for Prowler, and Prowler will definitely appear in another game. But I think what this game really confirms to me is that we will definitely be getting a Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and we will definitely be getting a Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales 2. That is 100% confirmed from this game, I'm pretty sure, because there are so many leads left open from Miles Morales and Peter Parker at this point. Heck, they even teased Marvel Spider-Man 2 at the end of this game in the post-credit scene. They showed us Norman Osborn and Harry Osborn again, just like at the end of the first game with the post-credit scene. They showed us Norman again with Harry and the symbiote at the end of this game, which was really cool, and that sets up Marvel Spider-Man 2 just absolutely perfectly, because they teased it again, and they also teased Kurt Connors. So the Lizard is going to show up in one of these games at this point, which is really cool. I'm so gassed that the Lizard is going to show up. So I'm pretty sure for Marvel Spider-Man 2, this pretty much confirms the Lizard, and it confirms Venom probably for the two main villains of that game. Just how Mr. Negative and Doc Ock were the two main villains of the first game. It looks like it's going to be Lizard, and it looks like it's going to be Venom. Maybe Green Goblin, I don't know. But I think that's what it pretty much confirms. But then this game left so many leads open for Miles, as well as continuing the stuff for Peter Parker. What it left open for Miles is the fact that we have the Prowler story to continue. Now, the Prowler was set up in the first half of the game, and then he kind of just dipped off. He didn't really go anywhere. And then he showed up again to kidnap us and tell us, you know, we can't be Spider-Man, and then we had to fight him. And I thought, oh, this is where the Prowler stuff is going to start kicking off, because I thought the way it was going to go was they were going to pull it like the first game, and Tinkerer was going to have like a big final battle like midway through the game, and then the Prowler was going to be slowly built up to be the main antagonist of the game, and that's how I thought it was going to go. But then the Prowler wasn't actually used after that. He came in and actually helped us in the final mission as well to defeat the Tinkerer, and I am so happy they went down that route, because it subverged my expectations, even though I thought the game was kind of cut off, because I felt like that probably should have been the ending of the middle of the game. But anyway, I'm happy that they did this, because this means the Prowler is going to be built up and used in a future Miles game. They can't just build that character up and not use him again. So I am very certain that this character will show up in a future game, and it'll probably be a Miles Morales sequel game. And I am very confident that that's going to happen. I'm very confident Miles is going to get a sequel. We are 100% going to see a Peter sequel, because obviously we've got two post-credit scenes from both games now suggesting that Venom is going to show up, Lizard probably going to show up, and Green Goblin's going to show up. So it's going to be mad. It's going to be mad. So I can't wait for the next game. I'm hoping that the game will be announced probably maybe sometime next year. I'm hoping Marvel Spider-Man 2 2, or at least a sequel, will be announced next year probably. I'm guessing that's going to happen. They'll probably leave some breathing room for Miles first, and then they'll probably bring out some DLC for Miles, and then they'll announce the next game. It's some big event next year probably, or maybe in 2022, depending on how long they intend to give this Miles game room to breathe, and how many DLCs and add-on missions they decide to put in the game, which that's all dependent on how well the game actually does. And right now, based off how good the first game did, this game is doing mega. So I would not be surprised if they hold off announcing Marvel Spider-Man 2 or a sequel to Miles for a very long time. Just yet, maybe about a year. But I'm hoping they give some details on it very soon, because everyone is stoked and everyone knows that a sequel is coming. Anyway, me ramming on about the sequels, it's just got me excited for where the story's going to go. But anyway, what I thought of this game, it was great. It was a nice self-contained story, and it had a lot of similarities to Spider-Man Homecoming as well. And I'll be talking about that in future videos as well. I'm going to do videos on a lot of things from Miles, especially the upcoming games and how Miles is going to link into everything. And with the Green Goblin stuff as well, and the Venom stuff. And also, something else that I really want to talk about is, like I said, how this was very similar to Spider-Man Homecoming in the MCU. And I think the reason for that is because Spider-Man Homecoming, or the MCU Spider-Man, took a lot of inspiration from the Miles Morales side in the Spider-Man comics, so it's really cool to see those little similarities here and there in the game between that and Homecoming. You know, it was very, very similar, and I want to make a video about that, and I want to compare the two. I want to see what did what and what did different, and I want to just do an overall analysis of those two products and how they're similar and how they're different at the same time. But damn, that game was really good. That game was really good. You know, Miles with the Venom Blast, that's so overpowered. Okay, I'm sorry, the camouflage is overpowered, but it's so cool, and I'm so glad it's a big part of his fighting techniques as well. And his gadgets are cool, they're different to Peter's. He doesn't have as many gadgets as Peter, which makes total sense because he just became Spider-Man. All the characters were really cool. Rio Morales was good. I loved the links back to Jefferson Davis in the first game. The Prowler stuff was on point, and the game was just awesome. And I'll be making so many videos about this in the future. Thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry this was a very ranty video, but it was just me, my raw reaction to the game. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.